All right, guys, so guess who finally got pulled over by the police, right? I've had 3 Chargers in my lifetime, right? I had my V6 in 2015, I had my Scat Pack wide body in 2020, and now I got my Hellcat. And for the first time, I got a speeding ticket. But the question is, why didn't I run? I make all of these Mopar versus police videos, right? You got to have the power. I had the power. You got to have the gas. I had a full tank of gas, and I knew where I was going. I was in Huntersville, North Carolina, right up above Charlotte. Why didn't I run? Well, I'll tell you why. What's up, guys? It's your boy Knockout 360 here with another video, man. So you can tell I'm in a car that makes this a car vlog. You already know what's going down. When I come around, let's get into it. Car content, car shows, car reviews, car meets, anything and everything car related happens on this channel. So if you're into that, make sure that you stick around because you're in the right place. For everyone else, hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so that you know what's coming out and when it's coming out. So boom. I make all of these Mopar versus police videos. You know what I'm saying? I'm always making these high-speed chases videos. Not that I advocate that type of stuff. I've already told you guys that. But, you know, that's just one of the types of the videos that I like to make because apparently Mopars like to run from police. And I think that's interesting, you know, especially when we get away. But I make all these videos and I always say that there are 3 factors in, you know, a high-speed chase that you got to take into consideration. You got to have the power, right? You got to have gas. First and foremost in these cars, and you got to know where you're going, right? Like you got to have a plan of some sort. You can't just be going around back roads hoping that you're going to get away. It doesn't work that way. My situation was interesting. So this past weekend, this past weekend, I got caught slipping, and I'm just going to be honest with you. So you guys know that I have a Uniden. I'll pull it out right now. Pause. I'll pull it out right now. I've got my Uniden radar detector. This thing has saved my life probably for the last 2 or 3 years since I had my Scat Pack wide body, because that's when I went and got it. It has saved my ass plenty of times. You know what I'm saying? There have been times where your boy was doing 130, 140, and that thing goes off, and I break it down, and sure enough, there's a state trooper, undercover cop, or whatever. So that's why I've never had a ticket. I actually got pulled over in 2015 in my V6 Charger before I even had my Uniden. But he let me go because he looked at it like V6. You never been pulled over before going about your business. Well, this particular day, this past Saturday, I had just got my car detailed. Just got it washed, right? Somehow or another, because you guys know that I have my radar mirror tap to my mirror up here. Somehow or another, when my detailer was cleaning the inside of my car, he hit that cable up there as he was detailing the windshield. He hit the cable, and for some reason, he, I guess, severed the connection to the mirror, right? So, needless to say, my radar wasn't working. I was like, that's no problem. I'm gonna just go home, break open the housing, and, you know, get it back to working, and all is good, right? Well, I decided that instead of going straight home after that, I was gonna go shoot a video. So I go to one of my spots, one of my don't tell nobody spots, and I was like, I'm gonna shoot a quick video, hit some, you know, do some high-speed pulls or whatever the case may be. And because, you know, I got my fresh Falcon tires or whatever. So I was like, I'm gonna shoot a quick video, head on home. So I go to my spot in Huntersville, which I'm not going to talk about, but there's a lot of spots in this particular area. So I hit that spot, film my video, everything's good, right? No problems at all. And this is, I'm going to show you the video footage. So I'm on my way home at this point. And we can watch the footage, because shout out to Wolfbox, because this is the same day that I got my Wolfbox installed as well. My Wolfbox is my LED display mirror that basically turns my rearview mirror into a screen. There's a camera in the back that's right above the license plate, and then there's a camera on the device itself. So this is the first time that we're actually using this footage. So let's go ahead and look at it, man. So for all you guys that's familiar with the Huntersville area, this may look familiar to you. So boom, let's look at it. For some reason, I was listening to Busta Rhymes. Disregard that. I'm actually going to turn that down because I don't want to get a copyright strike. Get on it. Blow past all of these, I blow past all of these cars or whatever, right? And I'm going to try to pause it at the exact moment that you see the police officer. So you see the blue SUV, right? And it's funny because the blue SUV on the right, I'm not worried about that. The right, I'm not worried about that. The place on the left is the DMV, Department of Transportation, like headquarters or whatever. They have hella state troopers over there. But I'm not worried about them because they're never like on duty like that. Like they just have their cars parked there, but they're not like clocking anybody. So I'm not even worried about them. So let's go ahead and all right, boom. Let's get back to it. So you see the blue SUV, and look what's behind the blue SUV that I'm not paying attention to because I'm so busy fucking with my Wolfbox rearview camera. And I blow past this. Boom. That's a cop right there. And you see immediately he throws on brakes because he's got his radar on. I don't have my radar detector on, so I can't tell that he's, clocking. Any other time, I would have seen him a mile away. I would have been good to go. You can keep looking at him, and then you see the lights as I pass him. Yeah. And then, of course, I go over the hill. And then as I go over the hill, he's already made this U-turn. You see the lights. I still don't realize that he's coming after me. See the lights. Still listening to Busta Rhymes loud as hell. For some reason, I just wanted to hear that song. I haven't heard it in a long time. I don't think I realized it until about this point. Yep, he's on my ass. Still didn't turn my music down. Still blasting Busta Rhymes. I took him for a little ride because I'm like, I'm not about to just pull over on the side of the road. We're going to pull over somewhere where I can, feel safe or whatever. Still didn't turn my music down now that I think about it. And then there you go. He got you, boy. So, long story short, he got me doing 54 in a 45. So he got me at 9 over. Some people will say that's petty. But it is what it is. It could have been much worse. I'll put it to you like that. Because the reason I say it could have been much worse is because prior to him, I guess, clocking me, needless to say, I was getting on it. So it could have been significantly worse. So he caught me at 9 over, gave me the ticket. Real cool cop, super professional, great interaction, contrary to what you see on TV and, what you see in the media and all that stuff. Really professional interaction. He was super cool. He let me get out the car and take pictures of me getting pulled over in his car with the lights on it and all that stuff. He was super cool, super professional, basically told me to take it to court and it'll, hopefully whatever happens at that point on. Like I said, super cool shop, super cool cop, very professional. I don't know if I want to say shout out to the police department, but I mean, shout out to this cop. He was cool. But long story short, I got caught. I got caught slipping that day because I didn't have my radar on because somehow or another my detailer had fucked up my radar detector, so it wasn't connected. So I'm basically flying blind and I'm doing a bunch of dumb stuff in a 750 horsepower muscle car, making a whole lot of noise in Huntersville. And so he had me. I mean, I can't even argue. I can't front. He got your boy. I was slipping and he caught me and take that L like a man. That was actually, no cap, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, that's my first speeding ticket in my life. I've never gotten a speeding ticket. Every other time that I got pulled over was for something stupid, like for tent or non-traffic, non-moving traffic violation type shit. Never got pulled over for speeding because in all of my cars that I would speed in, I always have my radar detector, so it always saved my ass, except for this specific day. It was almost like it was destined for your boy to get caught. But yeah, man, I didn't run, obviously. I had the power, clearly. Had the gas. You couldn't see it, but I had about a full tank. Knew where I was going. But in a situation like that, I didn't realize that he was coming for me until I looked in the rear, because I'm blasting my music, don't hear anything, don't see anything, because I'm too busy playing with my wolf box. I'm switching camera angles. It wasn't until I realized that I switched my camera angle from the front cam to the back cam that I saw him back there. And you see, I didn't even turn my music down when I saw him because I was like, I don't think he's coming after me. Sure enough, he was. So long story short, that was just a delayed response and a delayed reaction on my part. Got caught slipping, not having a radar, because my radar would have picked him up like that, because he basically said that they have radars not only, I guess, in the back of their car or in their car, but they also have one up front, so they can tell how fast you're going even when you pass them in the opposite direction. So my radar definitely would have picked them up, because my radar has picked up Huntersville Police Department plenty of times. You know what I'm saying? And saved my ass plenty of times. So long story short, your boy got caught slipping. I took the L like a man. I tell you guys all the time that it's one of those things, like, I've always told you guys that if it does not make sense, just take the L. In this particular situation, it didn't make sense for me, right? It didn't make sense because by the time that I realized that he was coming after me, He was already close enough to see my license plate. I'm sure he's got some sort of technology in his car, license plate reader. He's already got my license plate, make and model of the car. He knows it's a Hellcat Charger because we were talking about it outside of the car off camera. We were talking about, you know, these cars and stuff like that. So he's seen Hellcats and Scat Packs all over Huntersville. So he already knew what time it was. And the fact that I was on a one-way street in Huntersville on the back road. So I'm not going anywhere. The traffic wasn't bad that particular day, but once again, I'm on the one-way street. Like if we was on a highway, might have been a different story. But I mean, on a one-way, I'm not going anywhere in this car. And I've already told you guys that. Just take the L, live to fight another day, and, you know, going about your business, man. Sometimes it's just cheaper to take that L. I don't know if it's cheaper because your boy's got a $209 ticket, but I'm sure $209 is cheaper than possibly getting, you know, my car towed and taken to jail and all that stuff. Not to say that would happen because I'm pretty good with this car. But, yeah, man, took the L, speeding ticket. It is what it is, man. But I just thought that was interesting because, you know, I make all these Mopar versus police videos. And, of course, I get pulled over in my Hellcat. And obviously, I could have ran, chose not to, took the L, live another day. Like I said, I've never actually been pulled over for speeding prior to this. Or I've never been given a ticket for speeding. Let me say that correctly. I've never been given a ticket for speeding prior to this. So this was just one of those times where it was like, yeah, it was the first time for everything. It was going to happen eventually. I mean, in this car, it was going to happen eventually. You know what I'm saying? And it did happen. The cop was super cool, super professional, really cool guy. I wish him nothing but the best. But I took that L, and your boy's got a $200 speeding ticket now I got to deal with. And hopefully this doesn't hit my insurance, although I'm pretty sure it will. But we'll go from there and deal with that, man. But I just thought that was interesting because, you know, I make all of these Hellcat versus cop videos and this, that, and the other. And here I get a ticket for 9 over. So it is what it is, man. You live and you learn. You make mistakes. Needless to say, I am not driving this car ever without my radar detective active. And in fact, I'm thinking about upgrading it because this is the old Uniden R3, which has never done me wrong, by the way. Like I've never had any issues with it, but it's one of those things like if there is better out there to purchase or better available, I want that. So I'm thinking about getting an R8, which just came out last year, the year before last. I think it's like 700. Hopefully it'll drop for the holidays, but you never know, man. But that's it, man. Real interesting situation. It wasn't crazy, contrary to what you see in the media about cops. I mean, this guy was real cool. He was real professional. I'm going to keep saying that because he was. Shout out to him. Well, I don't know if I want to shout him out because he did hit me with a $200 ticket, but you know, it was a good interaction, or as good of an interaction as it could be considering the circumstances. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, your boy caught a ticket, man. Mopars versus Police, Knockout 360 edition. I took the L and I took the ticket. So as always, guys, it's been your boy Knockout 360. Like I said, listen, unless it's advantageous, and not to mention I was on a back road in Huntersville. You could see the road. It was a one-way going, one-way coming. I couldn't have done much in this car. Let's just be real here. I would have been sideways in the tree somewhere, locked up. You know what I'm saying? Car would have been totaled. I would have been behind bars. I'm not going far in this car on that terrain, on that particular street. You know, coming off of Reese Boulevard. So for all you guys that's in Huntersville, Charlotte, you know what I'm talking about. Coming off of Reese Boulevard, turning onto that back road. I couldn't have done much in this car against that cop. You know what I'm saying? I would have been sideways in a ditch somewhere. So it worked itself out in the end. Just take that L, live to fight another day, going about your business. He goes on about his. Everybody's cool. Pay that little fine. It is what it is. So as always, it's been your boy Knockout 360, man. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.